Well, that's the easiest hole I've ever drilled. I thought I had some of that like vacuum line to stick over the fuel line, but it turns out I don't. So I think what I'm going to do is just use electrician's tape and really build it up around the fuel line and then hit it with silicone, feed that through that hole that I just drilled, which is bigger, so the metal's not pressing right against the bare fuel line. I actually don't have any more hard fuel line. I mean, this is hard fuel line, but I held it up to the one that is currently installed in Lucky, and this diameter of hard fuel line that came with an old diesel heater I ordered, it's larger, so I don't want to change the entire fuel line. Therefore, I won't be putting that new line on there. I'm going to inspect that line really closely and make sure there's no cuts or anything in it before I tape it. That's what I'm doing right now. When it comes to that gasket maker, we may be going into Nakusp later today anyway to go to the hot springs, which means I'll be driving right past the hardware store and hopefully they have that. And if they don't, then maybe tomorrow we'll see a trip to Winlaw. The nap came a little later in the day today, so I don't know exactly how much I'm going to be able to get done today. But yeah, that's where we're at. Right now, I got to find some with electrician's tape. I guess I can inspect that fuel line first. Hang on. The line looks okay. So for those that are confused as to what I'm doing, the fuel line here was just going through a teeny tiny hole last time, it goes out the van and then up into the diesel heater. It has to do that, otherwise the line would get pinched underneath the floor plate that mounts the heater to the floor. And it's just a little nerve-wracking that over time, perhaps the metal of the whole of the van floor would cut through this line. So what I'm going to do is stick the fuel line back out, and we're going to find out at what point I need to put this electrician's tape. The fuel line through this bigger hole we just made. Grab it here, and that's going to come like that into our diesel heater. So I want a little bit of wiggle room here on this line. So I think that's a good spot right there. I am going to take my Sharpie. I'm going to mark the fuel line like that, and we're going to wrap that with a whole bunch of black electrician's tape. I mean, it doesn't have to be black, it can be any color you want. I just happen to have this on hand, so that's what I'm gonna use, and this will give the fuel line a little bit of added insulation against that sharp hole in the floor. Okay, so there we go. We got black tape around the fuel line. Didn't take nearly as much as I thought it would. Just gonna sort of set that right in there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this with some silicone just to sort of help seat it in there and keep it in place so it doesn't slide in and out. And if I can be bothered to get on my back and come at it from the underside, I'll hit it with some silicone as well. And then this part of this little experiment is done. We still have all this fuel line to work with. Well, it's over here. Hi, how are you? This is what I had in here last time, so should be fine, and that should be more than enough. And by the time I get back to the next step of this project, I'm sure this will be nice and dry. All right. That part is the done.
You want anything in here?
That looks pretty dark.
Well, it looks pretty dark.
Home Hardware.
Oh, sure does. Well,
That's 5:30.
it's welcome to the Kootenays.
Maybe the other one's open.
Now you stay here with Grandma. We'll be right back. Dad's gonna procure himself a tea from Mountaintop. I am hopefully gonna get my gasket sealer from Home Hardware, but it does look pretty dark. Let's find out. I will not be going inside there today. Hashtag sad day. There is a second location here in town. Maybe they're still open, but I mean, it's Saturday, so they're probably like, never mind. In other news, look how cool Grace looks next to the lights of Nakusp. All right, here we go.
There comes Grandpa. Oops. What are you doing yourself?
Oh yeah, oops. I can see you too. There he comes with his tea. Right. They don't look open either. All right then. Right.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah. Maybe the grocery store will have some RTV's gasket maker.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
All right, round 2. Dad's gonna go see if he can make reservations at the lodge. And I am definitely not gonna find gasket maker at Save-On, but I departed the property without any sort of puke bag accessories for the little girl. She's got a lot of Gravol in her, so she should be fine, but that has given me false sense of security before in the past. So we're gonna rip in here, see what I can find. And this now means nothing will be open tomorrow because it's Sunday. And then they won't be open on Monday, and Tuesday I leave. So I'm doing my gasket making shopping back in Calgary. No good. Better to need them and not have them, etc.
Yeah, look at them all.
Right?
Frick.
Place to be. Nothing like taking in a night swim at 4:30 in the afternoon. Let's eat. Can't make this shit up. When we stopped here earlier, Dad came in, asked for a reservation. They said, we won't be busy. We're not going to take your reservation. Just come back. Now we're here. They said, oh, we can't get your party in without a reservation. What?
Do a whoop. A little whoop.
What, sweetie?
Where are you going?
I'm going to Castlegar.
Why are you going to Castlegar?
Dip in the hot springs, you did any good?
Well, like I was saying to Dad last night, it just feels good when I'm in the hot water, but it doesn't make much of a difference long term. Somebody's calling.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I don't know. Surprise, Mom. Okay. That's okay. You can say hi. I'm just, I'm going to be in charge of moving here. Matthew's got to go to Castlegar. He's got to go to Canadian Tire, so that's just, you know, a 3-hour drive round trip.
Yeah, real simple. All right, so I know I said I was going to wait till I get back to Calgary to get the gasket maker because I'm leaving Lucky here anyway, and that was mostly because most places in this valley are absolutely closed today. It is Sunday. However, there is a little city not too far away, and if you've been watching my vlog for a while, you know that it was a quest I went on to get me some delicious food a while back. The town of Castlegar has a Canadian Tire, and they are open today, and I checked their inventory. They should have what I'm looking for, plus some silicone to seal the base to the actual floor of Lucky. So this is what you do when you're out in small town BC. You rip up the road to Canadian Tire, about an hour and a half drive. So that's what we're doing. I decided, why not? Because what if I didn't have the luxury of leaving Lucky here? I'd like to know that I can get this sort of stuff done. Although, on the other hand, if you can't get stuff like this done, you just take it easy. Just relax, enjoy your life. Don't stress out about the small stuff. And in true BC Valley fashion, there have been other requests from family members of stuff needed from said city. So, let's get on the road on this very rainy day in the middle of winter. Get to the town and get what we need. But first, we need some pick-me-up for the drive. Don't idle in BC. Sad day, no rain energy drink, so we'll go with a classic Rockstar. That tastes way more chemically than rain. Also, how obnoxious, but hey, it's part of Jeep life. Got those 2 little chips repaired not too long ago. This son of a bee. Oh, it was out to here last night when we were on our way to the hot springs. And now the temperature drop and the heat in the van today has extended it this far. Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't right in my line of sight. That's where it's creeping into. If I was in the city, I could go get the tip of it drilled, as you do. That would prevent it from spreading anymore, but I gotta drive this whole thing back to Calgary in a couple days. I might need to make myself an appointment at an auto shop. Sad day. I'll lose out on the little Willie logo in the corner. Excuse me, the Willis logo. I don't know, a little Jeep. Little beep, beep, Jeep on a windshield. But I bet you any money if you say, yeah, I've got that logo on my windshield, this is gonna like double the price of this windshield. You know what, I'm gonna find out right now. Let's use the power of the internets. Are you kidding me? When I don't put in that it has a Willis logo on the windshield, $320. All right, it's more expensive than Lucky, but I get it. It's a little bit more of a different style windshield. Okay, I think Lucky was just over $200 when I had that big-ass cargo van windshield replaced. This is a very basic windshield. There's no forward collision detection system or anything like that. No adaptive cruise control, just a piece of glass. $320 for the basic windshield. When I say, yeah, I want the Willis logo put on there, $480. Let me repeat that because it was very loud. $480. Just empty every pocket indeed. Thank God I'm okay without a sticker. Well, would you look at that? Drive a little ways up the road and we found winter. This is where they've been keeping it the whole time. Uh-huh. Okay then. Anyway, I think we found a Canadian Tire in Castlegar. Pretty obvious. And I'm gonna rip in here. Fingers crossed they actually have an accurate stock of their inventory, or an accurate inventory of their stock, I should say. And my little brother needs an oil filter and some oil for his Toyota Taco. So let's get that out of the way first. Looks like a Canadian Tire.
Please place your bag in the vacuum area and press Start Scanning. Please scan your first item and place it in the bag.
That's what I get for putting it down.
Please remove your bag and take your receipt.
Right. We got oil, we got filters, and we got our RTV sealants. Extra, just in case. All right, so that is done. I am making dinner tonight. I already got all of that, no problem. Got to pick up some stuff for our fondue get together in Sanctuary tomorrow with my brother and sister-in-law. So we're gonna rip over to the grocery store, do that. And I did tell my little girl I'd bring her back a surprise because she doesn't like it when Dad goes adventuring off without her. Yeah, and I'm gonna need more baby gravel. So let's do some shopping in Castlegar. Shoppers Drug Mart for some gravel. There's the best looking shoppers I've ever seen. Set against the mountains. Hello.
Thank you for using our self-checkout.
I'm starting to get a little hungry myself. I should probably get something to eat whilst we're here. Not McDonald's this time, but we'll find something because dinner is a ways away. That's kind of pretty. Bye-bye. Don't really know my way around this place. Just gonna sort of drive till I see something familiar and then find a grocery store. I'm okay with this plan. I'm driving around here trying to find a place to eat, and I just reminded myself it's Sunday. Might not be a lot of places open. Is that even, hello? Okay, I was gonna be like, Subway's closed? Nay, Subway is open. But I'm just sort of driving through Castlegar here now. I think at this point I'm just going to say, if you know a good place to eat in Castlegar, quick and easy, let me know in the comments below for the next time I find myself here, because for now, I think I'm just gonna have to concede and get something familiar. Oi! That's one hell of a hoof it up to the Dairy Queen. Holy Dinah. Let's park over here, I guess. It's like we're in the mountains or something. All right. A little DQ, get your grill and chill on. Burger time. Actually, it's been a long ride, so more importantly, it's pee-pee time. Very dark back here, and I'm scared. Cute. How you doing today? Not too bad. Can I try that backyard bacon ranch burger? Just this 1/3 pound combo, please. Heart attack in a box. All right, well, that was a sufficient punch to the gut. Let's get some fondue shit. Okay, and now hopefully I have a grocery bag in the back of Grace. I believe I do because I think I used one for my little girl's swim stuff yesterday at the hot springs. She likes to go with her grandmother into the change room, but then she wanted to come with me at the end of the swimming session, and sure enough, there it is. All that is to say, her swimming stuff came back in my wolf pack instead of the grocery bag. Brag? The grocery bag! It initially went into the pool in. We don't need that for fondue, but I have a long drive ahead of me today. I had to stop filming. I am full up and running out of arms. I got a few things for myself as well as Brooklyn for our trip back to Calgary in a couple days. And my sister-in-law sent me a list of groceries for the fondue, which is what I was collecting there. But wouldn't you know it, this place didn't have any organic bell peppers and not a single strawberry, organic or otherwise. So I believe there's a Kootenai Mart up the road. Gonna have to hit that before we can get back on the road. Hi, Grace. All right. Bell peppers, strawberries, we're out of here. There's not an organic bell pepper or a single strawberry to be found on this side of the valley. Gonna have to be a stop in Nakusp tomorrow, I think, on the way to Sanctuary, because I just can't be bothered to try to find another grocery store in Castlegar. All right, city of Castlegar, we out of here. Should probably fill Grace's tank up as well, but there are a couple Esso stations along the highway, so maybe we'll stop at one of those just to change things up a bit. It's quite the exposure on my shirt. Hello?